puppy, then they come to folks. Doggy look a bone, doggy doggy look a bone, look a bone. Doggy look a bone, doggy doggy look a bone, look a bone. After election, all the bone done, so come and touch it. Don't look so shocked, don't just watch it. Doggy suck. All through the years, we shared in tears. They too busy, they can't see me. Time to depend on we both. So then, just so we and them is friends. Stop it to say howdy do, shaking hand with me and you. They will hug your granny, kiss your baby, while we dribble too. Doggy look a bone, doggy doggy look a bone, look a bone. Doggy look a bone, doggy doggy look a bone, look a bone. After election, all the bone done, so come and touch it. Don't look so shocked, don't just watch it. Doggy suck. Is now they care, they start to share plenty favor. Their behavior is so concerned. First time they learn, yes now people getting burned. So they run to one and all, begging big and begging small. Doggy, look at back way, look at highway, look at hospital. Doggy, look at bone. Doggy, doggy, look at bone, look at bone. Doggy, look at bone. Doggy, doggy, look at bone, look at bone. After election, all the bone done, so come and touch it. Don't look so shocked, don't just watch it. Doggy suck. In little track behind God's back, see them reaching, hear them preaching. We quite aware of problems here. Have hope, deliverance near. We go clean your dirty drain, we go build a water main. Life will be so happy if you only vote for we again. Doggy look a bone, doggy doggy look a bone, look a bone. Doggy look a bone, doggy doggy look a bone, look a bone. After election, all the bone done, so come and touch it. Don't look so shocked, don't just watch it. Doggy suck.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon to those of you who are on work, locked on work. If you're still on work, if you left work and you're heading home in your vehicles, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to those of you in the maxis and taxis and buses and PH cars and trucks. Good afternoon to those of you who are locked on who at home on conventional radio. Good afternoon to those of you locked on in Tobago. Good afternoon to those of you locked on the World Wide Web via Facebook on the Street 919 FM Facebook page and on YouTube via IWER TV. And good afternoon to those of you locked on all across the world. Welcome to the Future of Talk, the #1 afternoon talk show in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm your host, Heavy Duty, and my co-host, TC, should be here with me shortly. And this evening, by the sound of my voice, you're going to realize that I am not in a good mood today. And there's a reason for that. By the way, I want to say Thank you to our new co-host holding it down, Mr. Irvin Felix, as he makes his way down there to his journey down there to go home. Safe journey to you, right? And I know you're locked on and listening. I'm going to tell you guys why I cannot say angry, but I'm a bit emotional this afternoon. Now, I don't listen no PNM speech or no meeting or nothing like that. And the reason why I don't do that is because I know all of what they are saying is lies. They can't come to tell me nothing after 9 years. After 9.5 years, you can't come to tell me nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Who want to get sell dreams? Go listen. If you still studying what them have to say, you go listen. But unfortunately, I live in a world or I live in a country that has social media. And once you're on social media, you're going to eventually find out what they were saying on the platform. Right? And what have me so upset this afternoon is to hear that Prime Minister Stuart Young has finally decided to compensate the Divers family. The men who died in a pipeline 3.5 years ago, they finally decide that they want to compensate the family. And that is what have me upset this afternoon. Not the fact that the Divers family is going to be compensated, you know. It's the time. It's the time. I want to find out if there wasn't an election on the 28th of this month, would you, Prime Minister Stuart Young, would you have ever considered, did you even have those Divers family in your mind to compensate? This is what I want to find out this afternoon. Just last week, I was in a meeting in Sandy Grande in Northeastern College, a UNC meeting, and heard the opposition leader, soon to be the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, said on a platform that the first thing on her agenda after she's sworn in and convened the cabinet is to go and compensate the family of those divers that get stuck and died in the pipeline. Because it is a travesty that this government turned a blind eye. No kind of remorse, no kind of humility, no kind of empathy for the mothers and the children of those men who was left there to die. When you, sir, as Minister of Energy, had the power to send people there to rescue them, after one diver came up and said they are alive and they're inside there, let me go and get them out. You could have picked up your phone and said, yes, go for them. You had the ear of the Prime Minister at the time. That was your body, your paliwal, your right hand. You was a sidekick. You could have said, Chief, them fellas are alive in that pipeline. Send the best of the best to get them out. Let us do something, but no. They were left to die. And instead of giving the divers family compensation there and then, you all decide to do a commissioner inquiry, put all your people, so-called people, all your Swati friends, to do a commissioner inquiry, handpicked, and spend over $15 million. And after the commissioner inquiry, one of those very said person who only handpicked and was rewarded handsomely for that commissioner inquiry came out and said, and I paraphrasing here because I can't remember what he said, that was so long, I know TC could remember. But he said, oh God, at least the government can give the family some kind of compensation. Oh God, at least come say something. And you all get the report. And the family of those divers suffered where their breadwinners has gone because of the incompetence and laid back attitude of this government. Left children without fathers and breadwinners to bring food on the table for 3.5 years. And because it's election, and because you hear Kamala say she's going to do it, as soon as she gets into the office, she said as soon as she swear in, the first thing on the agenda is to get them people something. You know what you're going to do? You're going to say you go and get them $1 million. Well, however how much money you want to give. Eh? Because on the 28th is election. And you don't want people to say, you don't want the people to say, the PNM never give the diverse family nothing. You know get conscience. You know feeling bad. Eh? Last year wasn't feeling bad. The year before that you wasn't feeling bad. You didn't have no conscience all them time. But because you want the people to vote for you, because they want to get back in the seat to go and do the Macarena dance with Maduro, all of a sudden, money jump out, pay the diverse family. Whilst they have the government in court, they have, not the government, they have, what's the name of the oil company again? Just jump up my brain. Paria. In that commission of inquiry, they say that Paria was negligent, you know. These people are that chip up the money, chip, go begging cap in hand to get money to pay lawyers, to fight a case for them to get some kind of workman compensation for their loved ones who pass away on the job. And with the press of a button, you could have fixed that. With a phone call, you could have fixed that. But no, in the late time and hour when election is coming there, you come into, look money, all of a sudden money could come out now. After they done spend $15 million in a commission inquiry. People wouldn't, Trinidad and Tobago, the people of Trinidad and Tobago would not have mind if you all had just say, it's our fault. We sick. We sorry. We apologize. Hear what? Then we get the family and them a little $5 million each. Nobody in Trinidad and Tobago would have vexed with you for that. But instead, enrich people to sit down for about a month and something with millions of dollars in their pocket to say what everybody know that all they was wrong. Paria was wrong. And those men died in vain. Only now to come and say they're giving money. Well, boy, when I hear election gimmick, when I hear the word election gimmick, this is what I know. This is what it is. This is what it is. For supporters say, "Boy, now, yeah, look, we paying them money now." Eh? Are they really serious about this country? Or they see why I don't like these people? Or they see why I cannot vote for these people? And I hear people calling in the show just now, talking about them on the fence and they're undecided. Calling this radio station just now in Mr. Urban Felix show, talking about them undecided. They're voting for Trinidad or they're voting for God. Eh? And some of them still calling and balling, great is the PNM, and they're red and they're ready. And this is what all you want. All that happened in the last 9.5 years, or they still in wake up yet, or they still living in a fantasy, or their head somewhere in the clouds. Or they, I don't feel like they living, I don't feel like they love Trinidad and Tobago. All the so-called, I voted for Trinidad and Tobago, or you don't love you. Because if you're not a part of the solution, you're definitely a part of the problem. Right? There's a saying, there are 3 types of people in the world. Those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wondered what happened. And if you're not making things happen, and you're sitting by and watching what's going on, and then making a conscious decision to make something happen, then after the 28th, you're going to be wondering what the hell happened. I'm sick and fed up at the games in this country. Fed up. I'm happy to get in. I'm happy to get and get something now, you know. I'm happy for the diverse family. Don't get me wrong, you know. What I'm upset about is why now. Because you hear Kamala say she going to do it. That's why, you know. Because you hear Auntie Cam say she going to do that for them people. You jump out yourself. What? Let me do it before she. But I want to thank Auntie Kamala. I mean thanking you. I want to thank Auntie Kamala and the UNC for coming out and saying all what they're going to do for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So that the silly PNM can now decide to do things now in this late and final hour to try to fool the people again. So if she didn't say that on she platform, he would not go and pay them.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of The Street 919 FM.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with The Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959, 384-2232, or 378-1470.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on The Street 919 FM.
When UNC wins, your mental health wins as well. There has been a proliferation of noise pollution emanating from homes and fetes and bars and clubs intolerable to the persons living nearby. The UNC will amend the noise pollution laws to protect your mental health in these noisy residential neighborhoods and businesses. The system of granting bar license, party license will be changed by the UNC.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. Everybody's talking future, but can they really give it to you? Want to know where to invest? Open an MPF.
The one fund that guarantees principal and interest earned, has no service charges, no penalties, gives anytime access, and offers projected interest of 3%.
On your future, let's begin with the MPF. You're bound to win.
The Mortgage Participation Fund from HMB, a subsidiary of Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank. Visit mympf.com and own your future.
Tobago! Get ready! The biggest, the baddest, and longest weekend of the year is coming! From Friday, April 18th to Monday, April 21st, it's 4 days of non-stop vibes. Vibes Event Space, we're setting the week on fire! Ignite, the longest weekend kickoff on Friday, April 18th. The energy high, the music mud, the vibes explosive. One girl every day. A legendary event with legendary vibes. Drink specials all night. Free entry all weekend long. The longest weekend. The longest weekend at Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Night Club. It's more than a weekend. It's a movement. Tobago, get ready. The biggest, the baddest, and the longest weekend of the year is coming.
Active General Traders Limited launches our AC Delco Tobago Service Center, now conveniently located in number 100 Sherwood Park, Conby, Tobago. We are the importers and distributors for the most famous and reliable battery brands such as AC Delco, Aurora, and Zahi. Also available are the AGM Start-Stop Marine and commercial batteries with warranties for up to 36 months. For more info, call us today at 639-8592 or email us at activegen.tt@gmail.com. AC Delco Service Center, where we have a battery for every need and a price for every budget. Nobody beats AC Delco. Nobody.
This Thursday, the United National Congress will host its anti-crime town hall meeting live at 7 p.m. from Centerpoint Mall, Chaguanas. The Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisasa SC and the UNC will be rolling out their anti-crime plans to create a safer society for your families and loved ones. Come, ask your questions, share your ideas, join the conversation with the political leader and a panel of presenters. So join us this Thursday, and remember, when UNC wins, everybody wins.
On April 28th, Tobago faces a defining moment in history, one that will shape our island's destiny for generations to come. Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your X next to the anchor, Tobago West, vote Joel Sampson.
I am Joel Nutsi Sampson, area representative of the beautiful electoral district of Bonaccord Crown Point. I have seen firsthand how many of Tobago's challenges go beyond the Assembly's reach. Issues like national security, budget allocations, and the fight for our fair share requires strong representation at the national level. That's why I am willing to step forward to make the move from area representative of Bonaccord Crown Point to becoming your next member of parliament for Tobago West.
Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your ex next to the anchor.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island. The celebration of the year is here. We invite you to join us on Easter Monday, April the 21st at the Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub Tobago, for Black Culture Sound Anniversary Party. Doors open from sundown. Free entry before midnight. Me, I tell you, a night of high energy, music, culture, and non-stop vibes. So ladies, gather your teams. Man them for roll up into the vibes. Look out for live performance by God Night, Friends Job, Shubi. Plus, look out for a surprise soca artist. Also, a surprise reggae artist. So me I tell you massive, it's gonna be non-stop energy with DJs like 45 Assassin, DJ Dareem, Active Hype, Kingston and Flambo, Main Squeeze, Cybernetics, King Legal and Country Boy Shine, DJ Longboy, DJ Matty, Mr. Fearless, Cyphonics International, Article Fire from Silvercat Sound Station, and a surprise brethren coming up from Trinidad. Hey, this is a party you definitely can't miss. Black Culture's anniversary. Be there.
Now, let's welcome on stage none other than
One Caribbean Music Festival, Saturday, May 31st, 2025 at Queen's Park, Savannah. The king of dancehall will take the stage after 13 years. The world boss returns. Vibes Cartel. Come over now, come over now. VIP and VVIP tickets available at
519 Restaurant and Bar, C3 Mall, San Fernando, Pompey's Barbershop, Port Mall, Scarborough, Jade Monkey, Crown Point, Waterholics, Pigeon Point, and East Bay Fashion, Spring Garden Trace, and online on Island e-tickets. For more information or cabanas and special zones, call or WhatsApp 794-OCMF. That's 794-6263. Or log on to OneCaribbeanMusicFestival.com.
All previously purchased tickets remain valid. One Caribbean Music Festival, Saturday, May 31st. The world boss returns. Vibes Cartel.
Powered by
California Stucco.
And sponsored by Cache.
Love, respect to Trinidad. It's always a pleasure.
Come party.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy Major Hype, and guess what? It's all about Tobago. We're getting ready for Tobago. That's right, it all takes place in Tobago, Scarborough, Pigeon Point. Everybody come out, let me have a good time and let me enjoy ourselves now, man. It's all about comedy and party. It's gonna be crazy. Man, you see that what I can't take with all you? All right, let me do this. Listen, it's not a party, it's party. Let's have a party. You don't listen. You can't win everything, brother. The teeth in me right through, but it's okay.
Comedy Party, Friday, 18th April. Fairways Tobago Plantation, featuring Caribbean King of Comedy, Major Hype and Friends. Friday, 18th April. Get your tickets at Cache stores nationwide. Fairways Restaurant and the Lounge Plantation. Jenny's on the Boulevard. All E-Clip Eli locations and online at islandetickets.com. Comedy show and party with all the top DJs.
Comedy and party. Have a party. We're gonna have a party after the comedy.
Sponsored by Cache, top-ranking guest house and tours, and Jenny's on the Boulevard.
Keep your money safe, let your money grow. Keep your money safe, let your money grow. You can trust, unit trust, a Trinbagonian institution for every single generation. You can trust, unit trust, let us show you how to be wealthy. Come to us, while you sleep you can grow your money. Unit trust, secure your future financially. Unit trust.
For general elections Monday, 28 April 2025, the Tobago People's Party, the TPP, is the only choice.
And so without with God, for the rough seas we have faced, we remain resolute that the anchor holds. And we are so resolute because we know who is in our vessel. Because when Jesus is in the vessel, you could smile at any storm.
If you voting in the East, vote for David Thomas. If you voting in the West, put your X next to Joel Sampson.
And Deputy Political Leader Dr. Bremner raised a salient point that this may very well be Tobago's last opportunity to be in a strong negotiating position when it comes to Tobago's autonomy.
Vote for the anchor. Vote TPP for Tobago East and West.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island. Tobago! After the Rhythm and Soul Festival Fusion Sunday, all roads lead to Vibes Event Space. All roads lead to Vibes Event Space. Formerly known as the Shade Nightclub. For the after party, it's where everyone's gonna be. Where will you be?
Yes, I can hear them saying, boys, stop living in the past.
Are you ready for the biggest musical event in Tobago for 2025? The Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival comes to you April 17th to 20th. 3 nights of unforgettable music and memories that will last a lifetime. Get your physical tickets now in Tobago. Ted Arthur, corner Ross and Burnett Street, Uptown Scarborough. Waterholics, Pigeon Point Road. Pablo's Supermarket, Argyle Main Road. Dominion Appliance, Scipio Trace Cornby. All Penny Savers Supermarkets. Tobago Festivals Commission Limited Office, Smithfield Plaza, Scarborough. All Cache stores. All Ecliff Eli outlets. Ticket pricing. Melodies from Heaven. General $250. VIP $500. Buku Seafood and Jazz. General $500. VIP $1,000. Fusion. General $500. VIP $1,200. All tickets are also available online at islandetickets.com. Visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for more info or call 639-4441. Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival 2025. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm.
For general elections Monday, 28 April 2025, the Tobago People's Party, the TPP, is the only choice.
If the THA had the powers, then our public servants in Tobago will not be working on 2013 salaries. They are going to the parliament to treat with that.
If you voting in the East, vote for David Thomas. If you voting in the West, put your X next to Joel Sampson.
They are going there to ensure that we can finally, through the autonomy bills for Tobago, ensure that Tobagonians have more control over the public service.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live.
The Street 919 FM, the #1 election station.
So we are back. I want to thank you for staying tuned and locking on and listen. I see the voice notes, I see the phone lines ringing. But just allow me 3 minutes again, because I ain't done yet. And I want to thank the people, they like to come, they don't want to call the name, but I want to thank them for sending me quick info in real time. Right? Too little, too late. I'm going to read in here a statement by Freedom Law Chambers. And if I don't lose Freedom Law Chambers, them is the people who represented the diverse family in the matter against Paria. Listen, this is what they're saying in their statement to what Stuart Young said. We welcome the belated announcement by Prime Minister Stuart Young that the government will pay the sum of $1 million to our clients, Mr. Christopher Boudram, who is the sole survivor in the Paria pipeline tragedy, and the family of the late Mr. Nagasa, who are represented by Freedom Law Chambers. It is unfortunate that it took a general election for the government to tap into its consciousness and demonstrate some mediocre and human compassion in the face of a case that has been crying out for justice for the last 3 years. Same thing I'm saying. It's the same thing I was saying just now. Vanessa Kusi's husband, Rishi Nagasa, died inside a pipeline on March 3, 2022. Christopher Budram miraculously survived to tell the gut-wrenching and heartbreaking story of the 4 men who were very much alive inside that pipeline, praying for a rescue mission that never materialized. Even after Christopher's traumatic ordeal and incredible escape from the pipeline, he was shattered when he realized that his pleas for Paria and the Coast Guard team to mount an immediate rescue mission to save his 4 friends and brothers, Fizal Kubran, Kazim Ali Jr., Yusuf Henry, and Rashi Nagasa, fell on deaf ears. Despite his physical injuries and the relief he felt as he emerged from the pipeline and stepped onto a boat, he immediately offered to dive back into the pipeline himself. No, he immediately offered to dive back into the pipeline himself to save them. He was prevented from doing so and left for medical treatment, thinking that the men he had left behind would be rescued. Instead, they were simply left to die and their bodies eventually flushed out like animals, along with a GoPro cam, which very much proved that the men were not only alive, but were praying to be rescued after spending $50 million in legal fees on a commissioner of inquiry, and here he's saying 15 million all the time. $50 million all they spend. All they spend $50 million on a commissioner inquiry. I'm going again. After spending $50 million in legal fees on a commissioner of inquiry, it is a crying shame that 3 years later, the government has finally been moved by purely selfish political motives to offer these families $1 million. It is but too little, too late. When one compares the $1 million offered to the families to the $50 million the government spent on legal fees in the COE, which is the Commissioner Inquiry, one wonders why this political token gesture could not have been made before. I'm asking the same thing. I compare 1 million compared to 50 million spent on the Commissioner Inquiry is but a sad illustration of where the government's true political priorities lie. It simply did not care enough. To put the grieving families first. Make no mistake about it. We are certain that the grieving families are grateful for this ex gratia payment. There is nothing, however, to congratulate the government about. This is not what? This is not a benevolent favor. It is compensation to which our clients are legally entitled because they were victims of corporate manslaughter and serious crime negligence at the hands of Paria and the government. Making a down payment on a debt that is owed by the government to aggrieved citizens in the face of pending litigations is nothing to boast about. It is shameless that the government suffered these grieving families for 3 years, forced them to file legal claims, spent $50 million to get a story that Christopher Budram was telling the world for free, and comes up on the eve of general election to try and wash the blood that has stained its hands. We note that Prime Minister Young has said that this payment is to be deducted from the compensation that would be awarded by the court for these families, if PM Young genuinely cared about them, he would have simply settled these. He would have simply settled these. Wait, hold on. Right. He has simply settled these cases once and for all rather than put these grieving families through the unnecessary expense and trauma of litigation that could last for many years. Both PARIA and LMCS have retained a legal army and will engage in a protracted legal battle in the courts. The government has simply settled these claims. This is nothing but a political gimmick that will fool no one. It is a cheap gesture that is designed to score political points at the expense of these grieving victims. If the government is serious about compensation, we demand that PM Young settle these claims by immediately paying each family an ex gratia sum of $5 million. Nothing less will suffice, and we refuse to allow our clients to be used as political pawns in this political carnage. And it is signed Anna Ramlogan, SC, Head of Chambers of Law Chambers. Right? And that is my sentiment exactly. The lines are open. 3420081. That's 3420081. And 466-5391. That's 466-5391. I have some voice notes here already. Let's use on the phone lines before I go to the voice notes. Caller.
Good evening, brother. Real short, real quick. I don't have too much to say. I can already said everything in my mind while listening to you. The words you expressed are true. This government showed too for a lot of care for a lot of people. Any system or any culture that needs to take away somebody independence to make them settle, I could never in my life be a part of that. So I am not a confrontational or aggressive person, but the total system of this government, especially in certain communities, having people try to create an uncomfortable environment for you, taking away employment opportunities from you. It's no forgiveness. As you would have saying now, too little, too late from the start. People never. Once you do a certain wrong to people, it's just for me to do that.
All right.
I do the best I can. Thanks for the time, for respect, man.
All right, caller. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, caller.
Evening, Mr. Heavy. Mr. Heavy Duty.
Yes, brother.
It had two ways. I'm looking at what Stuart Young did, Stuart Young walking a thin line, When he does these things, he makes his predecessor look like a beast, like a hater. You understand? Mm-hmm. When he talk about the plans we have in the country, he made his predecessor look like an incompetent fool who didn't know what he was doing, who was bluffing anyway. So that was thin line he walk in, as I say, late in the day, why his predecessor didn't do something like this? His predecessor Heavy, on the contrary, was other man that done for them, He said going to have a court matter, so giving them something will influence the court matter. That was his predecessor, Dr. Rowley's way of thinking. As I said, he's walking a thin line. He's making Dr. Rowley look like a beast, like a hater. You gotta be careful there, But then again, this is the season. And finally, Mr. Heavy Duty, you got to be concerned about what Rhoda Barrett is saying. When she deliberately slipped and said Richard Young was the Prime Minister, a lot that's happened behind the scenes, A lot that's happened behind the scenes. Money could do a lot, I see no more. Thanks for the time.
All right, brother. Thank you very much. Wow, I didn't watch the time now. Unfortunately, we're going for the top of the hour. Right? Time fly real fast. Anyway, we're going to come back. Right? It makes no sense to take any call. We have 10 seconds before the break. So we're going to the top of the hour. When we come back, we're going to continue with your calls and your voice note. Right? Keep it locked right here to the Future of Talk on the Street 919 FM.
Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with The Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959, 384-2232, or 378-1470.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on The Street 919 FM.
When UNC wins, retirees win, because we will work together to decrease taxes on your retirement benefits and private pensions. When UNC wins, retirees win. They worked hard their whole life and paid tax their whole life, and when you retire, you're still paying tax. We will work to reduce that tax on your pensions and your retirement benefits.
When UNC wins, everybody wins.
The celebration of the year is here. We invite you to join us on Easter Monday, April the 21st at the Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub Tobago, for Black Culture Sound Anniversary Party. Doors open from sundown. Free entry before midnight. Me, I tell you, a night of high energy, music, culture, and non-stop vibes. So ladies, gather your teams. Man them for roll up into the vibes. Look out for live performance by God a Night, France Job, Shubi. Plus, look out for a surprise soca artist. Also, a surprise reggae artist. So me I tell you massive, it's gonna be non-stop energy with DJs like 45 Assassin, DJ Dareem, Active Hype, Kingston and Flambo, Main Squeeze, Cybernetic Sound, King Legal and Country Boy Shine, DJ Longboy, DJ Matty, Mr. Fearless, Cyphonics International, Article Fire from Silvercat Sound Station, and a surprise brethren coming up from Trinidad. Hey, this is a party you definitely can't miss. Black Culture's anniversary. Be there.
On April 28, Tobago faces a defining moment in history, one that will shape our island's destiny for generations to come. Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your X next to the anchor, Tobago West, vote Joel Sampson.
I am Joel Nutsi Sampson, area representative of the beautiful electoral district of Bonaccord Crown Point. I have seen firsthand how many of Tobago's challenges go beyond the Assembly's reach. Issues like national security, budget allocations, and the fight for our fair share require strong representation at the national level. That's why I am willing to step forward to make the move from area representative of Bonaccord Crown Point to becoming your next member of parliament for Tobago West.
Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your X next to the anchor.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island.
On April 28, Tobago faces a defining moment in history, one that will shape our island's destiny for generations to come. Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your X next to the anchor. Tobago East, vote David Thomas.
I do the work. I spent a life of campaigning, so do not believe that I'm a new kid on the block. But this is the time when I believe I would be able to impact this national community the best. I am standing here to say to you, I understand the story of autonomy, so that when I represent Tobago in the parliament, I'm not saying if, you know, I say when I represent Tobago in the parliament, boy, Tobago will know that you have a champion on board.
Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your X next to the anchor.
For general elections Monday, 28 April 2025, the Tobago People's Party, the TPP, is the only choice.
And so without regard for the rough seas we have faced, we remain resolute that the anchor holds. And we are so resolute because we know who is in our vessel. Because when Jesus is in the vessel, you could smile at any storm.
If you voting in the East, vote for David Thomas. If you voting in the West, put your X next to Joel Sampson.
And Deputy Political Leader Dr. Bremner raised a salient point that this may very well be Tobago's last opportunity to be in a strong negotiating position when it comes to Tobago's autonomy.
Vote for the anchor. Vote TPP for Tobago East and West.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island. Oh God, call on the Lord. Call on Him. Pour on us, God. As we
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour all-night prayer every Friday evening, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, this ministry deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated and can be sent through the First Citizens Bank, account 795222, in the name of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly. For more information, please call 753-1113. May God richly bless you.
The light of your glory.
Come party.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy Major Hype, and guess what? It's all about Tobago. We getting ready for Tobago. That's right, it all takes place in Tobago, Scarborough, Pigeon Point. Everybody come out, let me have a good time and let me enjoy yourself now, man. It's all about comedy and party. It's gonna be a crazy.
Man, you see that what I can't take with all you.
All right, let me do this.
Listening, not a party, it's party. Let's have a party. You don't listen.
You can't win everything, brother.
The teeth in me right through, but it's okay.
Comedy Party, Friday, 18th April, Fairways Tobago Plantation, featuring Caribbean King of Comedy, Major Hype and Friends. Friday, 18th April. Get your tickets at Cache stores nationwide. Fairways Restaurant and the Lounge Plantation. Jenny's on the Boulevard. All E-Clip Eli locations and online at islandetickets.com. Comedy show and party with all the top DJs.
Comedy and party.
Have a party.
We're gonna have a party after the comedy.
Sponsored by Cache, top-ranking guest house and tours, and Jenny's on the Boulevard.
Everybody's talking future, but can they really give it to ya? Want to know where to invest? Open an MPF. The Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank is the only way to go. For experts who know just how to help you achieve your goals. Yeah. Own your future, let's begin with the MPF. You're bound to win. Guaranteed no penalties, everything to put your mind at ease. Own your future, let's begin with the MPF. You're bound to win. No service charges, so invest. Get 3% and more with your MPF.
The Mortgage Participation Fund from HMB, a subsidiary of Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank. Visit mympf.com and own your future.
For general elections Monday, 28 April 2025, the Tobago People's Party, the TPP, is the only choice.
If the THA had the powers, then our public servants in Tobago will not be working on 2013 salaries. They are going to the parliament to treat with that.
If you voting in the East, vote for David Thomas. If you voting in the West, put your X next to Joel Sampson.
They are going there to ensure that we can finally, through the autonomy bills for Tobago, ensure that Tobagonians have more control over the public service.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live.
The Street 919 FM, the #1 election station.
This Thursday at 7 p.m., join political leader Kamla Persad Bisesa and the United National Congress for a town hall meeting, live from Center Point Mall, Chaguanas. We will be discussing our anti-crime and justice reform plans. Join us on Thursday from 7 p.m. as you get ready to win. Upgrade your home this Easter with incredible deals at Furniture Plus. Enjoy massive savings in-store and online. Get up to 45% off living room furniture, up to 40% off bedroom furniture, up to 30% off appliances, up to 20% off electronics, and much more. Plus, earn Caribbean Airlines travel miles with every purchase. No cash? No problem. Buy now, pay later with affordable higher purchase plans. All Furniture Plus stores. Open today. Don't miss the biggest Easter sale at Furniture Plus. Check press and social media for full details. The HDC is making it easier to secure your lease. Now is the time to take control and legally occupy an HDC unit with its regularization process. Don't wait. Start your application today. Visit the HDC website at www.hdc.gov.tt or WhatsApp 325-257-8 or 3-286-013 for frequently asked questions. Be at peace. Get your HDC lease. The Street 919 FM is your platform for informed debate and critical thinking as we dive into the heart of political and social issues, empowering you to make informed decisions. Join our Facebook community, The Street 919 FM, and connect with like-minded individuals. Share your thoughts, engage in constructive dialogue, and stay updated. Follow, like, and share, and be part of the movement. You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly, Miracle Center located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande for the Old Time Gospel Hour, Family Radio Ministry, every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mondays 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Trauma and Bereavement also, every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Law and You, Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Dealing with Disabilities, and every Friday evening from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. All-night prayer on the Street 919 FM, designed with you in mind. This program deals with the day's issues from a biblical perspective, and you will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says he has shown you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank would be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-111-3 or 61-0-4673.
Afternoon, Heavy. Don't forget, they get our money yet, you know. That could be only talk. Them just lie so much. That could be only talk. And I feel it's only talk. I don't feel like getting any money. I don't feel like getting any money. Once that election call, even if they win or they lose, I don't feel like getting that money. That's just to make them people vote for them.
Heavy, watch out. I listened to that man last night in Sando, and you were telling you, that fella ain't easy at all, you know. Here it is you telling people, don't let Kamla and the UNC promise you nothing. The UNC not nothing to gain. But for the past 9 years, the PNM ain't really do nothing to brag about. What it is you only do for the past 9 years, boy? Besides pay your own back pay and raise your own salary. What is they do? Last night you come telling people, oh, anytime all you win, you go double the amount of food card. All you ain't talk about back pay, all you ain't talk about salary increase. You talking about double the amount of food card. Like all you feel is clung on. All you feel all poor people has run down is food card and 10 days and a URP and a CPEP contract. You tell me about food card, we want to hear not more of food card, boy.
Good evening, TC and Heavy. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening to everyone who is on the live. TC and Heavy, listen now. You see this triplets with Stuart Young? Let me tell you something, eh? You see that incident happening with Paria and those divers? In my respectful view, that seems to be nothing more than state-sanctioned murder. That is not corporate murder as far as I'm concerned. Right? That is just my opinion. And that is absolute wickedness. You tell me since those men and them passed away in that pipeline, just imagine you had 39 hours. The state had 39 hours, Paria had 39 hours to rescue these men and leave these men to die in a pipeline. Right? And now you come 3 years later to tell them, hey, I'm giving you guys $1 million because you hear Auntie Kamala say, right, that is one of the first things she's going to deal with those men who passed away in the pipeline. I could never like PNM. PNM is an evil, wicked, monstrous party. Oh God, boy, the DPNM sat around this country, that was the disaster of Trinidad and Tobago from Eric Williams to Rowley. And then so the whole deck of cards playing. Boy, PNM is a curse, yes. Anyway, go on. God bless.
Henry, good afternoon. I want to tell the family of the men who died in that pipeline, take the money. Don't be stupid. Take the money. But when the 28th of this month come, no, you're not voting for PNM. UNC all the way, because when UNC win, all of us win. You hear? All the PNM callers, all your hall.
Good day, heavy and TC Bitcoin here. Let me congratulate opposition leader Kamala Prasad-Bissessar for getting $1 million each for these divers and them there. Because if it wasn't for she going on the hospital and say she go get money for these divers and them, the current Prime Minister and the PNM would not act out in the way they're acting to go and get money for them. But they still want to go and use it for political points. They was disingenuous in what they do. I believe Stuart Young went to school, but he had no class, right? It had no class when he go to school. Because this man went and read out that thing where he giving these people money, right? Before contacting these people privately and telling them that. I mean, Stuart Young, you want to score political points so bad, boy? You look really foolish doing that, you know. At least you could have some decorum, and the PNM party could have tell you that. They will call these people and inform them first, we giving them some extra payment. But no, you want to use it as a political football. You kick the ball and you come back and hit you in your face. It's good. Look at the feedback you get now. You look for it, Stuart Young. Have a good day, Heavy and TC.
Good afternoon, TC, and good afternoon, Heavy. Heavy, we have 25 days again for the election bell to ring for us to go and vote and get rid of this evil, wicked, lying PNM government. Heavy, you have to remind the people for the past 9 years what we went through. Try to remember all these things that went on so you can bring it to the fore again so that people can remember. Trinidad and Tobago people have a one-day mentality. They forget. My whole thing about what went on too, well, one of them, which was my main concern, is this one where they force you to take vaccine. I almost lost my job because I wasn't taking any vaccine at all. We have to remind these foolish people who went and take vaccine, right, or their families went and take vaccine and they passed away, right, due to the vaccine because they were forced to do that. We have to remind people about all the activities that took place under this wicked, evil government, right? They need to remember, because I ain't hear nobody saying nothing, Kamala, them saying about it on the meeting, so we have to bring it back on your station if there's a possibility of doing that. All what we went through.
Yes, so good afternoon to you, Heavy and TC, Trinidad and Tobago. Now, it has always been the intention of the government to compensate those divers' families, right? Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley says he has requested that the board of Paria Fuel Trading Company move quickly to settle outstanding disputes regarding compensation to the families of the 4 LMCS divers who died inside an undersea pipeline in February 2022, right? And you can follow up the story by Miss Carolyn Kisun, right? Updated March 27th, 2024. Right? They were always thinking for the
barrier to compensate the divers because they are fully insured. They are fully insured, right? And you know how insurance companies go. Right now, I have a vehicle. The whole back got licked away by a truck since last year, and I still waiting on my check, right? Through the insurance, right? So these companies that is do the investigation and take a while, right? But even so, if Ms. Pasal Bisasa said she would compensate the family as soon as she get into office or so, right? She will not pay $5 million to each of those families. She may do $1 million or maybe a little more. That's all the government could afford. So that's why they were pushing for the insurers to do as quickly as possible to compensate the families of the divers. Well, regarding the $5 million, maybe the government could assist them partly also, but the government cannot pay $5 million. Okay? Thank you very much.
Heavy, good day. I hope people know what they're doing and do the correct thing and vote out PNM. The US only waiting to see if PNM go back in office. And if PNM go back in office, is heavy problems from the US with PNM with this Venezuela thing, you know. I hope people know what they're doing.
Pleasant evening, TC and Heavy, and the viewers and listeners of the Street 919 FM. This is Juice. First thing, TC and Heavy, Juju Love say thanks. I went and checked you today and I buy a lunch, right? I enjoy it. Also, let we keep with the recap of the 9 years and what it is this nice PNM government and what they actually delivered. Okay? Don't let we get distracted. Right? They go talk and they go come and do all kind of thing right now but at the end of the day, let we focus on the 9 years of the PNM. Okay? Anyhow, you all take care.
Good afternoon, Heavy and TC, and to everybody out there. Who Stuart Young feel that he fooling? He was a line minister. He stood by and watched those divers perish in that pipe. We heard everything from the Lynch Commission of Inquiry. We heard everything. And now, after so long, you're coming to promise the divers $1 million? I say to them, take it and vote them out. Well, we know they're not voted for he. We know that they're not voted for he. And all who want to come and talk nonsense about the insurance company and this, that, and the other, all you know what up with that. All you know very well what up with that. And as for Kimberly Robinson Regis, wanted to sue Kamala Persad-Bissessar for everything that was in the public domain and on the Hansard. That is just a distraction. Only fooling nobody, you know. Because the bank told us, the bank said it. She did not want to fill out a source of income fund form. And the other bank said she never withdrew that money from Republic Bank. Where did she get that cash from? Walking around with that cash with days in her handbag. Where did she get it? We heard the stories. First it was the husband, then it was a susu, then it was this, that, and the other. This is just a distraction. Don't be fooled, people. PNM have to go. Thanks a lot, guys.
Good afternoon, Trinidad. Good afternoon, Tobago. Good afternoon to all our listeners. Good afternoon to Heavy as well. Heavy, what's up?
Yes, good afternoon to you, TC. Good afternoon.
Permit me to say.
Yeah, you go ahead and do
Permit me to say something this afternoon. First and foremost, I want to say to the powers that be that is in charge of the divers case, I want to say congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Right? I want to say congratulations to you. You did not fall for that election gimmick. Right? And there's a lot more worth now, right, for those families than this $1 million that they want to throw at you, right? Think about it. How is this money even going to start to share between the lawyers and the family, right? Even if it's 1 million each.
Yeah.
Right? These lawyers have been working for the past 3 years on this. Right? Yep. How is that money going to come? By the time the lawyer take the bite, the family is going to walk off with nothing. Right? Even after thinking about it, right? 26 days away, 25 days away from a general election. Do you think they're going to sign off that check and hand them that anytime before they now and this general election? You all think. Nobody in these high-risk areas, when our ex-prime minister said that he's going to allocate how much $1 million, right? 20 million or whatever, right? Nobody in these high-risk areas ever saw $1 out of that. I want to congratulate the people of this show for really being critical thinkers now. Because you have reached that stage. I'm listening to the voices, I'm listening to the callers, and you have reached that stage of critical thinking. Also, I want to congratulate myself and Heavy Duty. We are running at 800 and something people live on our Facebook, right? Nearly 900. So we are on our YouTube. Sorry. So we are there, right? The numbers are nice. The people out there are listening. The words is spreading, right? And a voice note played there that I wanted to stop and speak before the rest of voice note played. But I would go back to that voice note and then I would open the phone lines. And that voice note I said, and he's correct, eh? He's correct when he said, food card. When I heard that last night in the meeting, I was like, food card? These people really fighting a 1985, 1990, 1995 general election.
Not
to still come and tell you all you know about food card. This man stand on a podium and said he will increase the amount of food card. And people ball Ray. Caller or voice noter, you are correct when you said people is getting brighter than that. It's just not getting bright fast enough. Because we still have a significant amount of people out there that believe that food card move is a great move for the people in the ghetto. Look, he helped the people in the ghetto. Those same people in the ghetto will call after voting PNM this general election here on the 28th. They will collect a food card. They will go to the supermarket, right? It close to Christmas, collect a food card, go to the supermarket, and get no money on it. And then call the radio station and say, look how the government do we collect a food card, it have no money on it yet. And then it's a recurring thing.
You see?
You ain't fix the ones that you have. You throw out a whole halabaloo about your increased food card. How much food card it had out there first to begin? Why didn't you give us the numbers of food card? Okay, right now we stand at 4,000 food card throughout the country, 10,000. Understand what I'm saying in heavy? And from this 10,000, we're going to triple that. We're going to do 30,000. Why are you not giving us numbers? Because you're just fooling who you want to fool.
I'm not sure how wicked these people is. I get this message today from a disabled person.
Right.
They cut off every disabled person who was getting a food card, including me. We were all given food cards by the PP government under Glenn Ramadan Singh, which was the UNC People's Partnership government, right? When the PNM took power in 2015, we all had to go through a means test again. I passed it and was given my card to use it. It had $520 in it every month.
Right.
But after 2020 elections, Donna Cox cut every disabled person food card and remove it. She said we were double dipping. So we could not collect two sums of money from the ministry, which was a disability grant of $2,000 and a food card of $520.
Oh,
so now I have to live on $2,000
alone. So $2,000, and you get a little $500 on the side for a food card. They cut that heavy?
They cut that for the disabled person who can't work. To see $2,000 a month is any money? Like groceries alone.
Maybe that message hurt me, you know.
That hurt you?
Heavy.
But that hurt only my
$2,000. And you talking about double dipping?
Double dipping?
Double dipping?
Double dipping is when somebody get 2 and 3 food card or 2 and 3 grant.
Grant.
Not when they get a grant and a food card. That can never be double dipping. Because the food card is a help with the food. And the 2,000 is a live.
Yeah, the grant is a
if you had to buy medication, if you had to do anything,
you had to go
you had to pay a driver to go anyway. And
you have light bill to pay. You may have rent to pay heavy.
And $520 is no money, no grocery for them, man.
Yeah, boy.
You take back that? You see how wicked these people is? And then people want to go and vote for that on the 28th? Then people take back the thing. Look.
Yeah, we have calls on the lines. Let's see how much calls we could take because I know the time is very short.
Right now is very
By the time
short
we play voice notes and take 2 calls, it's ads again. Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and good afternoon to your listeners. A word and a message to the PNM. You see all the promises all you're coming with now, brother? We don't want to hear that. We want the same talk all you was hitting us. Come and talk all the cuts, all the ways to cut back. Come and tell us that. We know all you're not talking about cutting on all your perks, cutting on all your tax break, cutting on all your entertainment allowance, none of that. Come on the podium and talk about cutting back and tightening belt and all the hardships. Come on the podium and talk that. Don't come and talk rubbish now. So what changed? What changed that all of a sudden the ease of spending $50 million in an inquiry, right? It now become easy to spend a couple millions for the victims. You spend $50 million easy, and drag your feet to this point because why? What changed? Our election close?
Yeah.
And big people still supporting that rubbish. But heavy, don't vex with the people who say they're voting for Trinidad or they're undecided, you know. Just know and be happy that that is not a vote for the PNM. Because heavy, the entire country, with the exception of the people who the PNM managed to remove that part of their brain that they could think clearly, the entire country is upset. Right? I need a government who is interested in saying, hey, here what's going on. We are contributing collectively. At least we could enjoy a little subsidy on the gas where everybody who visits in the gas station could benefit in some way. Not all alone. I mean, it's so easy to pay 40-something% increase to these people who are already enjoying a life away from sufferation. But the people who on the verge of sufferation, paycheck to paycheck, it's hard to give them more than 4%. Wickedness. We clearly seen the type of individuals you all are. You only have, it only takes eyes to see it, you know, and the brain in your head to understand what's going on.
Exactly.
But no, every day, it have adults, hardback men and women who come in on the radio and trying to convince you that because we could identify the flaws in Kamala, though we should just choose the PNM and forget about the flaws in PNM. No, Ras. No,
all right, Chris.
Because just like how they want to drag Kamala over the coals, they're supposed to be able to drag Dr. Rowley and Stewart over the coals. All
right, Chris, we have to go for the break.
You taking it, yeah, brother. Sorry.
Yeah, man, cool. We're going to go for the break. When we come back, we're going to go straight into phone calls, all right? So we're going to take your phone calls as soon as we get back.
Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959, 384-2232, or 378-1470.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
The countdown has begun. One Caribbean Music Festival. This is not just a concert. This is an experience. The king of dancehall will take the stage after 13 years. Vybz Kartel. Saturday, May 31st, 2025 at Queen's Park, Savannah. A movement. A moment in history. The undisputed icon, Vybz Kartel.
Oh, you love the touch. See, don't gonna cheer where you want so much.
Delivering a performance like never before. One Caribbean Music Festival. Straight from Portmore to the Queen's Park, Savannah. The world boss returns. And he's not coming along. May 31st, 2025. Queen's Park, Savannah.
Get your tickets at online on Island e-tickets. For more information, call or WhatsApp 794-OCMF. That's 794-6263. Or log on to OneCaribbeanMusicFestival.com.
All previously purchased tickets remain valid. One Caribbean Music Festival.
Powered by
California Stucco
Company Limited and sponsored by Cash It.
The World Boss returns.
Trinidad, let's do it.
On April 28, Tobago faces a defining moment in history, one that will shape our island's destiny for generations to come. Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your ex next to the anchor, Tobago West. Vote Joel Sampson.
I am Joel Nutsi Sampson, area representative of the beautiful electoral district of Bonaccord Crown Point. I have seen firsthand how many of Tobago's challenges go beyond the Assembly's reach. Issues like national security, budget allocations, and the fight for our fair share require strong representation at the national level. That's why I am willing to step forward to make the move from area representative of Bonaccord Crown Point to becoming your next member of parliament for Tobago West.
Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your ex next to the anchor.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island.
Everybody's talking future, but can they really give it to ya? Want to know where to invest? Open an MPF.
The one fund that guarantees principal and interest earned, has no service charges, no penalties, gives anytime access, and offers projected interest of 3%.
On your future, let's begin with the MPF. You're bound to win.
The Mortgage Participation Fund from HMB, a subsidiary of Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank. Visit mympf.com and own your future.
This Thursday, the United National Congress will host its anti-crime town hall meeting live at 7 p.m. from Centerpoint Mall, Chaguanas. The Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa SC and the UNC will be rolling out their anti-crime plans to create a safer society for your families and loved ones. Come, ask your questions, share your ideas, join the conversation with the political leader and a panel of presenters. So join us this Thursday, and remember, when UNC wins, everybody wins.
Keep your money safe, let your money grow. Keep your money safe, let your money grow. You can trust, unit trust, a Trinidad institution for every single generation. You can trust, unit trust, let us show you how to be wealthy. Come to us, while you sleep you can grow your money. Unit trust.
Tobago! After
after the Rhythm and Soul Festival Fusion Sunday, all roads lead to Vibes Event Space. All roads lead to Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub, for the after party. It's where everyone's gonna be. Where will you be?
Yes, I can hear them saying, boy, stop living in the past.
The Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm. On Easter Weekend 2025, Tobago is the place to be from April 17th to 20th. The Rhythm, the Soul of Tobago. On Thursday, April 17th, get ready for a worship experience at the Shore Park Complex with Melodies from Heaven. Melodies from Heaven. Then on Saturday, 19th April, immerse yourself in the sun, sea, and sand at the Buku Seafood and Jazz Festival, featuring legends of R&B. On Sunday, 20th April, we bring the curtains down at Parade Grounds, Dwight York Stadium for Fusion. Get your tickets on islandetickets.com now or visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for more info. Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival 2025. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live.
The Street 919 FM, the #1 election station.
Every auntie see 1 million is not enough. They want to pay 50 million for inquiry into the death of the men in them pipeline, right? They put our country 91 billion in debt. Where they gain money now to pay this family? Come on now, man. Pay them. Stuart Young, all you better haul. All you haul. All you ain't fooling nobody right now.
Right, so I'm going to open the phone lines 342-008-146-653-901. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. TC, and your co-host, Mr. Heavy. This payment that the government intends, that the Prime Minister said that he's going to make, that ex-Russia payment, favor. There's no legal association with that. And what I think I heard when the release from the Freedom Chambers was read out, that there was a condition. And the fact remains is that they are going to get that payment. And at the termination of the matter before the court, if the court award more than the $1 million, they will have to pay back that money, give back the government that money.
Yeah.
That is in it. Isn't that so? Is that so, Mr. Heavy? Mr. Heavy?
Heavy, is that so?
Yeah. That was what I read in the article. Yeah.
It is politically expedient, and if it was not for the leader of the opposition, they would have never come up with this business, right?
Exactly.
And I am saying when you look at what happened with respect to those people, the police officers who were to get the 1 million, then after that they didn't get the people their money. Right? So these people have to wait. If the matter is determined after 15 years, they won't get in. The point about it is that matter may take 15 years to be determined.
Yeah.
Right? And the point I'm making is that the police officers who, remember the PP government had made an award of $1 million to who died in the course of duty.
Yeah.
They never put that into legislation. In fact, the police officers were not receiving the money. So I'm saying you have to look at all that. You have to look at the whole question about those people who they took and to bad. They don't have a heart. They don't have empathy, and there's no guarantee that these people are going to receive that money. There's no guarantee. But I know for a fact, and I have to give the PP government that they are going to pay that money.
Yeah.
But it's only because the opposition leader said she's going to pay it, but he ran outside there. So say I go pay that, but if you look at their track record, they don't care about nobody. They don't business with nobody. All they do is bait and switch. You ever hear about bait and switch?
Yeah.
That is bait and switch. That is how they operate.
Correct.
And don't get there for that. And they believe that everybody in this country is moron, you know. Everybody just line up on Figure Corner or wherever it is. No. You have sensible people here, and those people who are not sensible, people need to educate them. And I want to hear, I hear some of the minions, some of the proxies, some of these surrogates outside there this morning, yesterday on the media, talking about where they're getting the money from. And so then, you know, when the government was taking the 47% increase, all of them getting 20-something, 300, over 300 of them, made over $300 million. None of them come out and say where they're getting the money from.
Yeah.
But the poor man, the people down at the bottom, and you see them on the they live in nice. Some of them had a house in Barbados, right? They have swimming pool. They don't care about nobody. Just pack up by a PNM station on a Saturday sometimes. They don't care about nobody. And that is the thing about Trinidad. Once they hear these people, some of these black people they get a little wealth, they get a little money, and they're up there. They don't care about who on the bottom. You could fall down and they don't business with that. And that is the problem with this country here. They don't care. And so the fact remains, what they're saying is that where should get any money? How do you mean where should get any money from? Every government that comes in that contest election, the same thing they said that with the UNC under Barclay Pandey, when he said he was going to give the people and them their money, the COLA and all these different things, the increments, where they get any money from? Where they this and they go bankrupt the thing and they go introducing fear in the people. And the fact remains is that they are not creative, because Barclay Pandey under the UNC after 1995, they came up with creative means to give the people the money. And the fact remains is that the PSA, those people in PSA are reasonable people. And the UNC reasonable. They ain't coming and tell you, take 4%. They negotiate, they discuss with people. They find outcomes, they look for positive outcomes. Not a man stand up and say 4%, you have to take 4%. And the people, if you don't take 4%, we go in the industrial court. And if you go in the industrial court, it's a 5-year award. So you are at a disadvantage. They are not on that. This is a country where you have to deal with people as people. And I'm saying, I don't want to be too long. The fact remains is that once they say they're going to they sit down and they talk and they negotiate 10%, you aren't saying nothing about when they get their money. You want business with that. But soon as the public servants and them, leave them there, they're hungry. Or they take all their money, put all on their back, and these people, the thing that is painful to me, these people have the gall, the gumption to say that they come in and stand up and tell people that they want to represent them again. Mm-hmm. They take all their money, they go on with that, and the people and them who think public servants, everybody, the CPEP man is $2, they get them increase, and they don't at the bottom down there, and you come and tell me you represented me again. You have to be sick. Thank you.
Thanks so much for the call. Caller, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, Evie.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to Steve. And people calling him Prime Minister. Yeah. Disrespectful. No Prime Minister for me. You know, no Prime Minister. Recruit all yourself. You and your veteran and then recruit all yourself 500 times heavy. How much $1 billion is that, boy? How much $1 billion is that, boy? When 5 families, heavy, them conglomerate company you call out there the other day.
Yeah.
Them get some of that money. So young brother get some of that money. It's appalling. Heavy, it's appalling. People calling Short Young that name. Yeah. It's hurting me heavy. That they're calling him that name.
Yeah.
Small thing. Yeah, it's hurting me heavy. 100 recruits and something. But you don't care about the people and them. And the East-West corridor heavy. Voting for that? But something wrong by heavy and TC.
You telling me?
Bless, brother.
Bless, man. See, Brooklyn was calling there this now. All right, let me take another one. Hi, good evening, good afternoon, caller.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, you know, what's interesting is that they see an opportunity to take 50 million and share it up between their partners and them. And when you look at it, 50 million, each diver could I get at least 10,000. or 10 million. Each diver could get 10 million.
Yeah.
But they prefer to keep 50 million and split it up between their partners and them. And you know, people have this kind of way they talk about, we like handout. With a GDP at 28 billion US dollars a year, we deserve more than a handout. We deserve more than a handout.
Exactly.
Because at 28 billion US dollars a year, you have people sleeping underneath Republic Bank. At 28 billion US dollars a year, we can't get proper roads. Think about it, at 28 billion US dollars a year, we supposed to be paying next to nothing by the gas pumps. At 28 billion US dollars a year, we supposed to be getting water 24 hours a day.
Exactly.
But you telling me that we will handle? When you have a GDP at $28 billion US a year, the GDP is more than the people.
Correct. It's actually
but yet still.
It's actually $27,000 US a year per person.
And that is just what we was being told. What about the pitch lake? A man come from foreign and say the pitch lake here. You get the pitch lake.
No, when they're talking GDP, Torman, it means it overall covers everything.
Right. I forget that.
It covers all resources. Yeah.
So we're not supposed to be going through what we're going through under no circumstances at all. We are 1% of the population driving around. Imagine this, a man driving around in a house and land. How much house and land will they see on wheels when the day come? 1%, 0.1 population, 0.1% of the people in the population enjoying that wealth.
Yeah.
While the other 99 are we. The other 99 are we suffering. And you telling me we will handle? With that GDP like that, we deserve more than a handout, fellas. I will listen off here.
All right, thank you very much.
Caller, good evening, welcome. Caller?
Good day, good afternoon, Mr. Evie and Mr. TC.
Hey, good afternoon.
So I watched the post-cab press conference by the Prime Minister, and he spoke as if he was instrumental in putting this whole situation together for the divers to get the $1 million if they accept it. Because he said even before 2025, he was liaising with the petrochemical companies and the lawyers, and nobody honest. If they pay, they will understand liability. So he brought this information to the cabinet for something called an ex gratia payment. So I want to find out if this Prime Minister Stewart wasn't PM, if the people would ever get any so-called money. But the lawyer, Mr. Prakash Amada, in January of this year, had stated that they're looking to pay the people and them. That he gave an opinion that each diver should be compensated $5 million. So I don't know if the diver's family will agree to the $1 million, because for first payment.
The diver's family, for the people who don't understand what's going on here, the diver's family have no say. They have people that's supposed to speak on their behalf.
They have lawyers that
they have lawyers and
because this situation is in court.
Yeah, they cannot just jump in and say yes, right? Yeah. They have to take advice from their lawyers, right?
Okay.
On the next move. They cannot just jump out themselves and say, okay, they bypass the law and say, hand me the money. It don't happen like that.
I know that Mr.
And the lawyers already said that is not going to work for them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Oh, okay.
All right, man. Okay. Thanks so much.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for the information.
Yeah, man. You too. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon. Heavy TC.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, here in the PNM meeting in San Fernando, and I hear Stuart Young, he say how Trinidad get 10% tariff and Guyana get 38% tariff. I know all the Caribbean countries get 10% tariff. So how Stuart Young saying 38% Guyana tariff was imposed on Guyana?
Yes, 38% was imposed on Guyana.
Yeah, that what Stuart Young said in the meeting.
Yeah, it is documented. All everybody else get 10% and Guyana get 38%.
So they really get 38% in Guyana?
Yep.
Well, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
Really I want to tell the PNM callers when they go to the polls, I want them beat them by the price, by the gas pump, and beat the price in the grocery when they go to the grocery. You just remember that.
All right, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Callers, don't be sidetracked by these things that the goodly Prime Minister is now telling the country, and he's now trying all his wits and fannies to do all kind of pretty thing, right? After this call, I'll explain something to you. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, TC, heavy, good evening. TC, welcome, brother.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I listen to your energy, and the mindset is I totally blank when it comes to this PNM government or any system of oppression, any neglect. I am a person of character, quality, and I mean that in a humble way. That's how all of us should be. I won't take too long. One side comment is, you know, it's a lot of callers. I mean, you're free and we go with how you all go to engage people, but I think a minute is enough for everybody.
Yeah, man.
I all about country and reality. Peace and love, brothers. I'll leave it.
Hey, brother.
It's right.
Right. So we have just about 3 minutes to wrap up the hour. I'm going to give that 3 minutes to Brooklyn. He have been calling a while. So Brooklyn, go right ahead, my brother.
Namaste, good afternoon to you, TC. Good afternoon, Heavy, and good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. I want to start by saying, Chris, I'm telling you this in a nice and a calm way. You see, at this point in time, brother, for you to be the first caller and you advertising your no vote campaign, I want you to stop calling till after election. I don't want to hear you. You know what I tell you, Chris? Your no vote campaign is not going to help what we're fighting for. I'm telling you this in a good way, in a respectable way. We don't want to hear you, Chris. Right? Because you come here this evening talking about if you didn't vote for the PNM, you know, the PNM ain't go get your vote. They still could win because you didn't put your finger to make a difference, brother. And I think you're educated enough and you're out here long enough. Let me forget about what you think Kamala Persad did in the past. If you really think that you could make a change, you had to be on the same bus with us. Everybody had to be on the same bus, and our bus, all over our bus is yellow. I don't want to hear you calling to tell me about no vote campaign that you advertising. Please come after election with that kind of contribution going forward. And Heavy and TC, anytime Chris come and trying to advertise a no vote campaign, that is not what we're standing for here. I ask him to cut him off. We don't want to hear no more of his contribution when he not voting, or if he can come and say, hey, I make up my mind, I going up for my vote here. I don't care if you go back and vote PNM, I don't care if you vote UNC, I just want you to vote for somebody. But if you know you're not voting, don't pick up no space on the phone for me, please, right? And I want Stuart Young to know, all the children who was crying because they didn't get nothing for Christmas from them food card that wasn't working, you want to double them food card that wasn't working, or when you wasn't in the country when that information hit Trinidad and Tobago that poor people get empty food cards. You wasn't in the PNM. So you come to advertise that you want to double them food card. So people could still be, so the African base in the East-West corridor is CPEP 10 days and food card. That's all we living for till we dead. CPEP 10 days and food card. So today, from now on, I would call every PNM that I know that don't have nothing, and they're telling me what is PNM till the dead, you will deal with CPEP, 10 days, and empty food card.
All right, we had to go.
Have a blessed day.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959, 384-2232, or 378-1470.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
When UNC wins, retirees win, because we will work together to decrease taxes on your retirement benefits and private pensions. When UNC wins, retirees win. They worked hard their whole life and pay tax their whole life, and when you retire, you're still paying tax. We will work to reduce that tax on your pensions and your retirement benefits. When UNC wins, your mental health wins as well. There has been a proliferation of noise pollution emanating from homes and fetes and bars and clubs intolerable to the persons living nearby. The UNC will amend the noise pollution laws to protect your mental health in these noisy residential neighborhoods and businesses. The system of granting bar license, party license will be changed by the UNC.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. Everybody's talking future, but can they really give it to you? Want to know where to invest? Open an MPF.
The one fund that guarantees principal and interest earned, has no service charges, no penalties, gives anytime access, and offers projected interest of 3%.
On your future, let's begin with the MPF. You're bound to win.
The Mortgage Participation Fund from HMB, a subsidiary of Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank. Visit mympf.com and own your future.
Tobago! Get ready! The biggest, the baddest, and longest weekend of the year is coming! From Friday, April 18th to Monday, April 21st, it's 4 days of non-stop vibes. Vibes Event Space, we're setting the week on fire! Ignite, the longest weekend kickoff on Friday, April 18th. The energy high, the music mad, the vibes explosive. A legendary event with legendary vibes, drink specials all night, free entry all weekend long. The longest weekend at Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Night Club. It's more than a weekend, it's a movement. Tobago, get ready. The biggest, the baddest, and the longest weekend of the year is coming.
On April 28, Tobago faces a defining moment in history, one that will shape our island's destiny for generations to come. Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your X next to the anchor, Tobago West, vote Joel Sampson.
I am Joel Notsi Sampson, area representative of the beautiful electoral district of Bonaccord Crown Point. I have seen firsthand how many of Tobago's challenges go beyond the Assembly's reach. Issues like national security, budget allocations, and the fight for our fair share require strong representation at the national level. That's why I am willing to step forward to make the move from area representative of Bonaccord Crown Point to becoming your next member of parliament for Tobago West.
Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your X next to the anchor.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island.
On April 28, Tobago faces a defining moment in history, one that will shape our island's destiny for generations to come. Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your X next to the anchor. Tobago East, vote David Thomas.
I do the work. I spent a life of campaigning, so do not believe that I'm a new kid on the block. But this is the time when I believe I would be able to impact this national community the best. I am standing here to say to you, I understand the story of autonomy. So that when I represent Tobago in the parliament, I'm not saying if, you know, I say when I represent Tobago in the parliament, Tobago will know that you have a champion on board.
Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your X next to the anchor.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island.
Everybody's talking future, but can they really give it to ya? Want to know where to invest? Open an MPF. Own your future, let's begin with the MPF. You're bound to win. Guaranteed no penalties, everything to put your mind at ease. Own your future, let's begin with the MPF. You're bound to win. No service charges, so invest. Get 3% and more with your MPF.
The Mortgage Participation Fund from HMB, a subsidiary of Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank. Visit mympf.com and own your future.
Come party.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy Major Hype, and guess what? It's all about Tobago. We're getting ready for Tobago. That's right, it all takes place in Tobago, Scarborough, Pigeon Point. Everybody come out, let me have a good time and let me enjoy ourselves now, man. It's all about comedy and party. It's gonna be a crazy.
Man, you see that what I can't take with all you.
All right, let me do this.
Listen, not a party, it's party. Let's have a party. You don't listen.
You can't win everything, brother.
The teeth in me right through, but it's okay.
Comedy Party, Friday, 18th April. Fairways Tobago Plantation, featuring Caribbean King of Comedy, Major Hype and Friends. Friday, 18th April. Get your tickets at Cache stores nationwide. Fairways Restaurant and the Lounge Plantation. Jenny's on the Boulevard. All E-Clip Eli locations and online at islandetickets.com. Comedy show and party with all the top DJs.
Comedy and party.
Have a party.
We're gonna have a party after the comedy.
Sponsored by Cache, top-ranking guest house and tours, and Jenny's on the Boulevard.
For general elections Monday, 28 April 2025, the Tobago People's Party, the TPP, is the only choice.
And so without regard for the rough seas we have faced, we remain resolute that the anchor holds. And we are so resolute because we know who is in our vessel. Because when Jesus is in the vessel, you could smile at any storm.
If you voting in the East, vote for David Thomas. If you voting in the West, put your X next to Joel Sampson.
And Deputy Political Leader Dr. Bremner raised a salient point that this may very well be Tobago's last opportunity to be in a strong negotiating position when it comes to Tobago's autonomy.
Vote for the anchor. Vote TPP for Tobago East and West.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island.
Whether you're a work-from-homer, a movie and TV show binger, or a big-time gamer, Flow's link-up plans are the bundles for you. Get everything you need to impress your boss with improved productivity. Plus, catch up on the hottest new shows that everyone's talking about. Don't wait. Check out Flow's link-up plans today. P.S. They've got Max too. Sign up in-store or online at discoverflow.co. Flow, inspired by you.
Active General Traders Limited launches our AC Delco Tobago Service Center, now conveniently located in number 100 Sherwood Park, Conby, Tobago. We are the importers and distributors for the most famous and reliable battery brands such as AC Delco, Aurora, and Zahi. Also available are the AGM Start-Stop Marine and commercial batteries with warranties for up to 36 months. For more info, call us today at 639-8592 or email us at activegen.tt@gmail.com. AC Delco Service Center, where we have a battery for every need and a price for every budget. Nobody beats AC Delco. Nobody.
For General elections Monday, 28 April 2025. The Tobago People's Party, the TPP, is the only choice.
If the THA had the powers, then our public servants in Tobago will not be working on 2013 salaries. They are going to the parliament to treat with that.
If you voting in the East, vote for David Thomas. If you voting in the West, put your X next to Joel Sampson.
They are going there to ensure that we can finally, through the autonomy bills for Tobago, ensure that Tobagonians have more control over the public service.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live.
The Street 919 FM, the #1 election station.
Bacteria. We use come out from these innuendos, boy. Bro, if they were intended to deal with that situation, they would have dealt with it from the beginning. That's what intentional mean. If they intend to do it, they'll do it one time. You don't wait till after 3 years. First thing first. And you're sounding like you're retarded because, you know, you're just repeating and you don't use the information and, you know, make it, you know, decipher it now, you understand, before you come out and release it. Come on, bro. Come on. Be real, bro.
Good evening again, fellas. Food card is not for people who suffering, and I go in the grocery what it was. I see a woman swipe a food card by the Chinese, she buying beers, all kind of thing. Right? The Chinese take her 20 extra from the food card for themselves to swipe the card for whatever she had to get. When she walk outside, woman jump in a TEE Hilux and bust out. Food card is for rich people, not for poor people.
TCAC, all what you now say there, everybody on the ground talking that same talk. And on top of that, the man then say he go double the amount of money on the food card. You know. He say he go double the amount of people receiving food card. For what? After 6 months you cut it. Right now we have a little HGC thing going on in the ghetto. After 2 months they going and cut it. So what is all they really doing for poor people? How it is all they really helping poor people better themselves? In what way? Eh? Or they only clunging people by with a set of gimmick thing.
Stuart last very young went on the hostels last night and say he gonna find money to double the food cards that he have in existence because of the vulnerable people outside. Stuart Young, you and Dr. Rowley so wicked. All you take away food cards from differently able people who paralyzed and all of that. And all they say they dip in, they double dip in. You only use make Donald Cox say that they double dipping and they can't get a food card to go with a disability grant, a $500 food card. But you're gonna find money now to go and give other people it. Well, they're wicked. You see, all that what they do to them disabled people and take away their food card, you have to pay for that, Stuart Young. You and Donald Cox. All of them pay for that. They take the people money away from them. And they're suffering right now. Have a good day, Heavy.
I was busting my brain. Trying to remember how I wanted to end the program just now.
Right.
And thank God I started by listening to some of those voice notes. So I will not play any more voice notes right now because I don't want to miss. I don't want Trinidad and Tobago to miss what I am about to tell you all. And I want you to think heavy. Heavy, this outgoing government. This government that is going to lose this general election.
Right.
And I want to say welcome to the COP. Well, welcome home.
Yeah.
Right? That's a brilliant move. We really need everybody, all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Right? To take this one home. So welcome to the COP. Right? If this government had good intention, this outgoing government, this government that is about to lose this general election, as Baby Bartaria said, they always had intention on giving the divers money. And I wouldn't shock to see in the next 2 or 3 weeks they give back pay just so. Right? in the next week or so, there's money in your account just for back pay. They ain't going to check it. They could just give you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
But then pull back a little bit. Come back.
Mm-hmm.
It was it 3 weeks ago that this government was sworn in? Or 2 weeks? 2 weeks ago?
About 2 weeks, yeah.
But it's not time for a general election yet.
No, it wasn't time for a general election. No.
They called a what?
A snap election.
All right. So they had about how much months pending before the time of a general election? Roughly what? 3 months? 4 months?
They had up until September.
Okay. So that's, they call it 1 month away. April 20th will make it 1 month, right? Since they call the election, right?
Yeah.
So then they call it in March. That's April, May, June, July, August, September. They had about 6 months.
Right.
Right? About 6 months before they really have to keep your election.
Yeah.
If this government wanted to show that there's a new face and it's a new government that rolling,
right?
They had 6 months, right?
Yeah.
To turn the hearts of the people.
Correct.
Which is more than enough. They had 6 months. Just how they could have found money between last week and this week to give the divers $1 million or to try to give the divers $1 million, right?
Yeah.
They had 6 months under a Stuart Young administration to butter up people. Not so?
Yeah, they could have taken this.
They could have do the reshuffle, started and let Leon start to give out houses like you know?
Yeah.
Let the Ministry of Work start to do some paving. Let the Finance Ministry start to tie up all ends with police and whoever is being owed and start to give out some money. Say here what we scrapping that 4%, we'll give all you 10, right?
Yeah.
And with immediate back pay, we are showing you that this is a new PNM.
Correct.
I take over.
Yep.
Right? And I'm going to find the money to at least do some of the things, right, that was pending. Let's do some damage control in 4 months. And the next 2 months, we will fight election and show them in 4 months, look what we do, give we 5 years.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong
Right.
here?
That's the right thing. What's the do? Yeah.
But first, their intentions is to give the citizen promises only. Promises and promises only. Right? They decided, let's call a snap election. We'll promise them and we'll woo them to vote us back in by giving them nothing, but telling them a lot. And telling them, and I also want to speak on this. To the people out there who is saying the opposition leader is not looking so strong, she can't walk so strong, and she can't this, and she can't that. I want to put this in your head today. Right? A man who is sitting in a wheelchair can't walk at all. So he can't walk up some of them step in Lavantil. He can't walk in certain areas. He's in a wheelchair, right? He could be a prime minister and be a better prime minister than a man on 2 foot.
Correct.
It's not walking that does make you better than anybody, right?
Exactly.
It is not walking. It is not he's strong and he could run around the savannah that make him the best prime minister for Trinidad.
True.
Right? Not because all they're trying to sell, and that's what all they're selling to win an election.
Yeah.
That she can walk properly. And she looking so healthy to win an election.
Yep.
Come on, we really taking that?
One of the greatest presidents in America, Roosevelt, was in a wheelchair. And he was one
it
of the
takes
greatest.
this on top here, this on top of your head here.
Correct.
Your brain to turn around the economy. He could sit in a wheelchair. Our opposition leader, God forbid, and I say it again, God forbid, ends up in a wheelchair and can't walk properly, she could still run this country better than the 10 years that this stinking PNM run it for.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a wheelchair and make all it look bad.
Correct.
And make all it look bad sitting down in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Exactly.
So if she was healthy and strong and could have walked, then what? Then what should I do all here? Come on now, man. We stop this dotishness. This is all about critical thinking. We stop running loose ball, you know. We stop running that, you know. We are 28 days. They can't catch with no foolishness. Here what's going on in this 28 days, and I side them with Brooklyn. If you still on the fence, sit out until after election, and I go for everybody. If you on the fence, sit out. If you still saying you don't know who you voting for, sit out. Call with the 29th.
Correct.
Because
why you complaining for? We're calling
and
to complain for you.
Yeah.
You're not part of the solution.
Exactly.
You're not part of the solution.
I am siding with Brooklyn, sit out. And I'm not speaking to nobody in particular. I'm just saying, if you're still saying, you know, all of them is the same. And them kind of thing. Cool. Sit out.
Yep.
It's okay. I'll take some calls now.
But then why you calling to complain?
Exactly. Caller, good evening. Welcome.
Hey, good evening, my brothers. Heavy TC, Trinidad and Tobago.
Love and
and,
respect.
and TC, I agree with you, and I agree with Brooklyn 101%. We don't have time for that in this hour. We don't have time for that. And let me tell you something. Them fellas should feel shame to talk that she don't have strength and she can't walk. Anybody see Biden in the last days in presidency? When Maxi Coffee, right, had this stroke and all kind of thing and he couldn't do nothing. Who had him prop up there and paying him every month?
Okay.
Not the PNM. But the wicked, the man couldn't walk, he couldn't talk, and they still had him there giving a salary. Plus, they was paying for the medical bills. That is how them doing this country. And then she was talking in Parliament talking about, the audacity of the Prime Minister to say that she's going to continue the baby grant. And what you coming to tell people now? Kamala Prasad announced that she's going to deal with the people with the pension. All of a sudden, no taxes for pensioners who in the public service. She talk about the LMCS people in the pipeline. She's going to pay them that. She's first agenda. Boom shot, you just come and just you don't have a brain on your own to think about things to do. And you know where we getting the money? We getting the money, right? When we get rid of that rental for that building in Alexandra place, right? That money coming in there. All the money for the friends and financiers who they supporting. We get that money. And let me tell you something. When Kamala Prasad, we say she's doing something, she does it. And that is why I'm going for, because for 9.5 years over here, and all you don't see it fit to do nothing for the poor people in this country. Now you come to share a thing, then you're going to share thing and have the people religious thing and do, listen, we make you out. We make you out. And let me tell you, people know what's good for themselves. Don't gamble this election. UNC is what we're voting for. Yellow is the code, my brother. Right? Keep your head on.
Yeah,
right? Bless afternoon, fellas.
Yeah, man.
Thanks very much. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, TC.
Hey, good
Both
evening.
to the head of the class. You scored more than 100 points. More than 100 points because what you say couldn't be more clear and couldn't make more sense. You had 6 months to play with to show how much different you could have been than Dr. Rowley. Instead, you take the opportunity to call the elections and just hand down promises. Promise to do what? When you go back there, you was there already. And you're there, for want of a better words, illegally, because that's not the process we are accustomed to for getting a prime minister in this country.
Exactly.
Go to the head of the class, brother.
Yeah,
Straight
man.
to the head.
Thanks very much. 6 months to make a massive turnaround. That's what the damage you're doing in 10 years. You had 6 months. You say it's a new face. Okay, show us. You reshuffle cabinet to call election? There is any new face?
No, what we fail to realize, we are thinking that Seo Chung is in charge.
No, he's not.
Correct.
No, he's not.
There's
still a leader of the party.
That wasn't he called.
Yeah, there's still a leader of the party.
He was not supposed to get no 6 months to do nothing.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
It's a strategic move, and we show the entire mood right.
Correct. As far as I'm concerned, they just want to seem like they're fighting this election. You know?
Yeah.
They cannot just give up and say, oh, let's go ahead and take winner. That don't look like they put up a fight. Right? But as far as I'm concerned, this is no fight, you see?
Yeah, there's no fight. You're not even seeing them firing up. It's not happening. Yeah.
Let me tell you something, TC. He went up on our platform and he is telling the people in the supporters of the PNM that Kamala can't give public servants no 10%. Because if she do that, she got to devalue the dollar. Right? This is what he's saying, eh?
Yeah.
He's telling the public servants and them, he's telling the supporters, don't vote for Kamala because as soon as, and the UNC, as soon as they come in, they're going to devalue the dollar.
Yeah.
And he's projecting it, the dollar to devalue at $15, right?
Yeah.
How you know that if Kamala and them come in, they want to devalue the dollar and they can't give the public servants and them 10%? Not because you know that there's no money there?
Yeah.
Not because you know that they done thief out all the money already?
Yep.
Not because you know that all they was supposed to devalue the dollar, but they couldn't devalue the dollar because they look bad. And I think that is why they call the elections early.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to remind the people of Trinidad and Tobago, I want to remind you something, eh? Right? Don't be surprised after the 28th, when the UNC wins the election and gets into power, that austerity measures have to be taken. Eh?
Okay.
I want to let you know this. Don't be surprised.
Don't go there. Don't think when the UNC go there, all they go in and just do so.
And sack the belt.
And say, aha, it's time to slap my belt. Start to say what Ole was saying for the last 10 years.
Correct.
Start to tell us and call this radio station as PNM people and say, look how the PNM damaged the economy
and mash up the country.
Leave it with no money, not even to run the country for 3 days.
3 days.
Right? And look how Kamala and them had to come back and bill it.
Yeah. Correct.
Come and say it.
I be honest with you. We now had a 10% tariff increased by Donald Trump on all goods from the United States. All trade with the United States, 10% tariff. Right? That is an impact on our economy.
Yep.
It's a direct cough in the gut.
Yep.
Right? So John only talking because he don't even know in the papers but big Trinidad and Tobago to handle the 10% tariff. How? No kind of information at all on how you're going about it. Right? The opposition right now don't know the economical state of the country. Do they have plans? Yes. They have nice, good plans to build back this country and diversify our economy. Especially with men like Philip Alexander and them being there.
But it's actually going to take some time.
But it's going to take time.
This time.
This time.
Yeah, it's going to take some
It's going to take about 2 years before we can properly catch back ourselves.
Yeah, it's going to take some time this time.
Don't feel it's going to be bed of roses and everything nice as a routine.
Yeah.
Right? The objective is to get rid of the PNM because they're the ones that create everything that we're going through right now. But it's going to get a little more worse before it gets better. Holy strange Trinidad and Tobago.
We have some calls on the line.
Let's go
to the lines. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Good evening, sorry.
Yes, Happy and TC.
Yes.
I just want to know how expensive 6 months of lies and promises will force the PNM. They cannot afford 6 months of lies and promises. So they had to call a snap election because they could only afford 1 month of lies and promises.
Wow.
That is exactly what it is about. You know how much things they would have to tell people they're doing, and how much money they would have to promise to give this one, and how much money they would have to spend on. They don't have that. They don't have it, so they could not take that long to the 6 months. They had to cut that off at 1 month. Right,
Well,
so you guys have a good evening.
Thank you so much. Well, I have meeting this evening.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Ms. Bisessa climbs onto our platform and say, back pay for everybody as I reach. So by next week.
Next week, All right, let me get everybody back pay.
Guys, come on, man. Come on. Hi, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening. I'd like to raise 2 quick points, please.
Go ahead, caller.
One would be with respect to Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bisasa when she was Prime Minister. When the Salaries Review Commission made the recommendations for a salary increase, she took it to the Parliament. And that was during the time when the opposition, PNM, was saying we're not supporting nothing. They were not supporting no bills because they didn't trust the government after Section 34. But when they brought that bill for the increase for salaries, the entire opposition voted for it. You know what Kamala did after? She rejected the whole thing. And then when it came, the other time after that, it came just last year. It was not brought to the Parliament. It was accepted. And this economy is not as strong as the one back then. So why would you take it now when she refused it back then in a stronger economy?
Correct.
And the second thing now, I want to justify why we should not let the PNM lose the election. If the PNM loses the election, it would be a very big embarrassment. We cannot afford that. It would be the first time in the history of any nation on the face of the earth that a prime minister would have been sworn in and never function in the parliament, nor the attorney general function in the parliament, nor the minister of finance to function in the parliament. It would be the first time anything like that would have ever happened. Okay? Because the parliament was dissolved. So none of them, remember, is a new government sworn in and the next day parliament dissolves. So none of them as ministers, not even the prime minister, the AG or the finance minister would have attended the parliament. So the only way to save us from ending up in the Guinness Book of Records from embarrassment is to ensure that the PNM wins the election.
Well,
so gentlemen, have a good day. And
thank you. We will take the Guinness Book of Records.
I take that and the PNM going back in the office.
Right? We go into the top. We go into the break. We have this voice. Now it's a play, and then we'll go to the break.
Good afternoon again, Heavy and TC, and to everybody out there. When the university teachers and lecturers and they got their wage negotiations settled, but said they had no money to pay them. And when asked if he had the money to pay Rowdy $89,000 pension and $1 million back pay, he said yes. Different strokes for different folks. They have $50 million to give Rowdy as entertainment allowance, I'll call it. And you giving the divers and them a measly $1 million. Or you have no shame whatsoever. And you have PNMites making excuses for that. What is wrong with all your people? All you're not facing the same groceries and everything that everybody else facing. But isn't it all you're too ashamed to say anything? And because all they get a little stipend to come here to disrupt the chats. All you want people to feel that everything is hunky-dory. Everything is not hunky-dory in this country. You heard the Zami whisperer talk about how the cost of groceries went up. How he didn't know about all that before. But suddenly he knows it now. And when he want to talk about how much money Kamala spent, at least she spent it and we saw what it is she did with it. But you can't find nothing all you do. I don't know what all they did with the people money. but only coming to talk about what Kamala spent. Remember, when Kamala government came into office in 2010, they inherited a $72 billion debt from Patrick Manning. With Broadgate, the government campus, Parkade,
the views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
So when only want to talk, only bring facts.
Business owners, are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959, 384-2232, or 378-1470.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
For general elections Monday, 28 April 2025, the Tobago People's Party, the TPP, is the only choice.
And so, without regard for the rough seas we have faced, we remain resolute that the anchor holds. And we are so resolute because we know who is in our vessel. Because when Jesus is in the vessel, you could smile at any storm.
If you voting in the East, vote for David Thomas. If you voting in the West, put your X next to Joel Sampson.
And Deputy Political Leader Dr. Bremner raised a salient point that this may very well be Tobago's last opportunity to be in a strong negotiating position when it comes to Tobago's autonomy.
Vote for the anchor. Vote TPP for Tobago East and West.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island.
Tobago! After the Rhythm and Soul Festival Fusion Sunday, all roads lead to Vibes Event Space. All roads lead to Vibes Event Space. Formerly known as the Shade Nightclub. For the after party, it's where everyone's gonna be. Where will you be?
Yes, I can hear them saying, boys, stop living in the past.
Let's welcome on stage none other than
One Caribbean Music Festival, Saturday, May 31st, 2025 at Queens Park, Savannah. The king of dancehall will take the stage after 13 years. The World Boss returns. Vibes Cartel.
Come over now, come over now.
VIP and VVIP tickets available at
519 Restaurant and Bar, C3 Mall, San Fernando, Pompey's Barbershop, Port Mall, Scarborough, Jade Monkey, Crown Point, Waterholics, Pigeon Point, and East Bay Fashion, Spring Garden Trace, and online on Island e-tickets. For more information or cabanas and special zones, call or WhatsApp 794-OCMF. That's 794-6263. Or log on to OneCaribbeanMusicFestival.com.
All previously purchased tickets remain valid. One Caribbean Music Festival, Saturday, May 31st. The World Boss returns. Vibes Cartel.
Powered by
California Stucco.
And sponsored by Cache.
Love, respect to Trinidad. It's always a pleasure.
On April 28th, Tobago faces a defining moment in history, one that will shape our island's destiny for generations to come. Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your X next to the anchor. Tobago West, vote Joel Sampson.
I am Joel Nutsi Sampson, area representative of the beautiful electoral district of Bonaccord Crown Point. I have seen firsthand how many of Tobago's challenges go beyond the Assembly's reach. Issues like national security, budget allocations, and the fight for our fair share require strong representation at the national level. That's why I am willing to step forward to make the move from area representative of Bonaccord Crown Point to becoming your next member of parliament for Tobago West.
Vote for the Tobago People's Party. Put your ex next to the anchor.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island.
Come party.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy Major Hype, and guess what? It's all about Tobago. We're getting ready for Tobago. That's right, it all takes place in Tobago, Scarborough, Pigeon Point. Everybody come out, let me have a good time and let me enjoy ourselves now, man. It's all about comedy and party. It's going to be a crazy... Man, you see that what I can't take with all you? All right, let me do this. Listen, it's not a party, it's party. Let's have a party. You don't listen. You can't win everything, brother. The teeth in me right through, but it's okay.
Comedy Party, Friday, 18th April. Fairways Tobago Plantation, featuring Caribbean King of Comedy, Major Hype and Friends. Friday, 18th April. Get your tickets at Cache stores nationwide. Fairways Restaurant in the Lounge Plantation. Jenny's on the Boulevard. All E-Clip Eli locations and online at islandetickets.com. Comedy show and party with all the top DJs.
Comedy and party. Have a party. We're going to have a party after the comedy.
Sponsored by Cache, top-ranking guest house and tours, and Jenny's on the Boulevard.
The celebration of the year is here. We invite you to join us on Easter Monday, April the 21st at the Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub Tobago, for Black Culture Sound Anniversary Party. Doors open from sundown. Free entry before midnight. Me, I tell you, a night of high energy, music, culture, and non-stop vibes. So ladies, gather your teams. Man them for roll up in the vibes. Look out for live performance by God Night, French Job, Shubi. Plus, look out for a surprise soca artist. Also, a surprise reggae artist. So me I tell you massive, it's gonna be non-stop energy with DJs like 45 Assassin, DJ Dareem, Active Hype, Kingston and Flambo, Main Squeeze, Cybernetic Sound, King Legal and Country Boy Shine, DJ Longboy, DJ Matty, Mr. Fearless, Typhonics International, Article Fire from Silvercat Sound Station, and a surprise brethren coming up from Trinidad. Hey, this is a party you definitely can't miss. Black Culture's anniversary. Be there.
For general elections Monday, 28 April 2025, the Tobago People's Party, the TPP, is the only choice.
If the THA had the powers, then our public servants in Tobago will not be working on 2013 salaries. They are going to the parliament to treat with that.
If you voting in the East, vote for David Thomas. If you voting in the West, put your X next to Joel Sampson.
They are going there to ensure that we can finally, through the autonomy bills for Tobago, ensure that Tobagonians have more control over the public service.
Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live.
The Street 919 FM, the #1 election station.
Good afternoon, TC and Heavy. I love the contribution by Brooklyn. He said the same thing I said today about Chris. We have no time for that, but now we have the election to win, and we can't follow these detractors. They shouldn't even be listening to programs at all, because they might make up that they stay neutral according to them. You understand? And I agree with Brooklyn. First time in a long time.
TC Arang was here. So the PNM put back the VAT on the 7 food items to come around now to give people food card. We worth $500, and that can only buy certain food items. And now you come in to tell me about you going to double the food card? Man, try the food card up to $1,000. The people benefit from it. But then again, you lose the code.
Pleasant evening, TC and Heavy. Heavy, I sent a video for you earlier on today Anna Roberts was talking about a certain scene that taking place where he was saying that Kamala need special branch security. I want you to play, if you get a chance to listen and play it for the public. Anyhow, take care.
Good evening, everyone. TC. I just asked you, and I ain't sure. And Parliament dissolved, or Cabinet could approve 1 million for the divers, right? If Cabinet had to approve something, right? So was our Parliament in session, right? I could be wrong. I just asking.
Man, so the caller, Cabinet and Parliament is two different things, right? Parliament is where both the opposition and the government and the ruling party come together to make decisions and pass laws and stuff. Cabinet is when the government side of the, when the ruling side of the party have their own sit-in, where they decide who getting what and what they're going to do first and what they're going to do last and what more. There were cabinet notices coming to say, all right, this ministry want to do this, or we want to do this for this ministry, we want to build a bridge, we want to build schools, whatever the case may be, and in that sitting, they decide what they're going to do, how much money should be allocated by the Minister of Finance and whatever. So right, so that's for educational purposes. There's two different places.
Two different things.
TC and every, we know Stuart Young didn't get elected. It's Rowley what put him there. Whatever promises he make to the rest of ministers and them, they get what they get promised, and Stuart Young there as Prime Minister. But we going to show him on the 28th who we electing. Kamala Bissad Bissassa. We do not want Stuart Young. Let him holler.
Caller, good evening.
Gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. Well, you know, when they said that the PNM has nothing to campaign on, last night was a prime example of that, because clearly when Stuart Young was on the stage in San Fernando, you would have sworn that it was the UNC in power, not the PNM, for the last 10 years when he started to speak about food prices. So clearly he's admitting that the government has failed in dealing with food prices for the vulnerable and the poor. And secondly, when the PNM people are listening, let them know that when Faris Alwari want to break down spending of $1 million, let them use his rental buildings as examples for it. Right? Thank you.
Thanks so much. As we count down the days, right?
Yep.
And I'm going to say it again. And I'm going to come here on the 29th and say, I told you so. Right?
Mm-hmm.
With all that's taking place all around us, you can feel that the PNM is going to lose this election.
Yeah.
Because all parties, organizations, unions, everybody is coming together to make sure, right, that this doesn't go on and happen to us for another 5 years. All who had bad blood, all who didn't agree, they decided to come to one table and ensure that the people of Trinidad and Tobago does not end up worse than it is right now.
Correct.
To ensure that our carnival, the streets of Carnival Monday and Tuesday don't continue to look the way that it is looking for the past 3 or 4 years. To ensure that the hospital situation somehow, somebody take that situation and turn it around. These people who have the power in their hands to not make Terrence Dial sing, right? See the walls of Ministry of Health ever again. these constituents up there in Aranguez, St. Joseph, please, I am helping you. I'm begging you to help us. Sorry. I'm begging you to help us to remove this man.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we wouldn't have to come to Montop and spend 2 days again.
Correct. Just to see a doctor.
Just to see a doctor. I am begging you. So if we get a prescription, at least we could get some of the drugs in the hospital or the health center. Remove this man.
Correct.
Get rid of him for us. Do it for us. We can't take 5 more years of this man.
At all.
We can't take 5 more years of the PNM. Caller, good evening, welcome.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and to all the listeners. Good afternoon to Raccoon and Saliday. Keep encouraging the fishermen in Balandra to come out and take that Toko constituency. You understand? Good afternoon to Tingo Dong and Palmes. And my brothers and them, we have to encourage the young people to check the list and to see where we have to vote, because we may have a lot of confusion with the voting list and thing when the post the list, you understand? Because they will try all different methods to step back this election, you understand? So the younger brothers who never voted, make sure and check and see exactly where you have to go to vote. You understand? And go early and vote. We have to vote. We need to get rid of this government. Right? Look at that. And like everything Kamala saying now, they want to come to you. You understand? They're here talking about the divers all the time. You ain't doing nothing. You understand? You want to do something now. Yeah. So we, and I hope when she wins, which most likely will do that, we cut salaries from some of them. Because remember, Stuart, why he dissolve the parliament, right? Is because he would have to call the internal election. You understand? So that is why that is the technique he used to avoid calling the internal election. You understand? And elect your tongue. That's what he did. Anyway, brothers, you all keep up the good work. Malcolm X and here a little while, boy. Keep the jamming going to all the other brothers, Santa Cruz, everybody, the sisters, everybody. You all keep spreading the message as much as possible, and you all doing a great job, brothers. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Once again, I would like to welcome the COP, right, the Congress of the People, to the coalition, right? And they are going up for St. Anne's East.
Yeah, I have to do some walking
South.
with my boy,
Gerald Small.
Yeah, I have to go in my hometown
Mr.
now.
X.
Yeah, with Mr. X and do some walking with Mr. X. So book my latches, all you'll be seeing me. Santa Cruz.
So St. Anne's East.
Lavantel Road, my hometown. Sawa, all you'll be seeing me. I'll be walking with my boy. I'll give him that strength. Yep. You understand? And give him that strength to walk, because the people of San Juan know me very well. So I'll be walking and meeting the people up there, giving Gerard his full support. And the
upcoming weeks, you will be also in St. Joseph.
Yeah. We'll be in the area of Aranguez, St. Joseph as well. Correct. Right? Doing some walkabouts as well. Hi, good evening, welcome.
Good afternoon, I'm Heavy and TC.
Good evening.
Only one question I really want to ask for the longest while is when Kamala wins the election, when the UNC wins the election, if they could go back and review this pension increase and this back pay for Rowley and Young, Stuart Young.
Well,
I would really like them to do that.
We don't know what grounds they made up this under.
Yeah.
So we can't speculate on that. What we need to do...
We cannot make a reverse.
And we cannot say... If they don't reverse it, we cannot go there and say, look, they didn't reverse it as they reach. We don't know what documents had to be signed, what grounds it is made up under. You understand?
We don't know if it's part of the Constitution.
We don't know. So next thing you know, we don't want to sell nobody no dreams and tell them, yeah, we hope that they go and do it. and then when it reached there, right, there is some, they never spoke
That's
and said
something that cannot be undone.
Yeah, they never said that they could go and redo it, and we're not even going and speculate on that. We need them to just go from here.
All I just want is somebody. All I just want is illegal mines. Yeah, all I just want is illegal mines and them to look into it and see if they could do something about that, because it is unfair to a young guy in that pension and that salary.
Again, caller, our legal mind will only be able to speculate. They wouldn't get their hands on the document. Understand what I'm saying?
I hope something happens.
Let me explain something. That document, that sign and put away in a drawer already, right? A legal mind, you have to get that document, review it, and then say where we can move forward. He can only speculate right now. And we're not dealing with speculation. We only have 25 days. Had no time for speculation. And we move them. And if we can do it, we can do it. If we can't do it, no problem. They done sign it already, done a done deal. We have to live with it. That's what it come down to.
We could use that money to pay some bills and things by
All right, caller. I understand what you say, but you do enjoy the evening, all right?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Caller, good evening, welcome.
Right now.
Caller, good evening. Caller,
Good afternoon.
hi, good evening.
Heavy.
Load down the radio, load down the radio, load down the radio.
Loud.
Right.
Yes.
Heavy.
Yes, darling.
TC, good evening.
Good evening,
I
honey.
sent something to see. That is last week, Thursday. You see why I cannot vote for the PNM?
Where send it on?
On WhatsApp.
On the radio station WhatsApp?
Yeah.
All right, we go take a look at it. I don't know which number is yours though.
We'll see if we can find it and check it out.
I lie down on 4 chairs in the hospital.
Oh, you're in the hospital?
Yeah.
That was Thursday.
Oh, all right. Sorry to hear that.
I lie down there for the whole night till next morning, daybreak.
Wow.
Yeah. So I sent it for you to see.
All right, darling.
And then they're talking about the other thing. Yeah, I can't curse. Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, don't curse. Don't curse at all. Caller, good evening, welcome.
Good evening, caller.
Yeah. Good evening, gentlemen. No amount of money cannot pay them drivers, those drivers and money, right? We suffocating that pipeline, right? And the man who was responsible for allowing people to go down and bring all these people, and then the same man coming and asking you to vote for him, right? They have to be like the kids. You understand? Oh, you know how much $1 million to do. You understand? That they might be doing this in half less than them suffocating that pipeline, and you want the sound of baby stopping the investigation, right? It was just sure and one of them will stop it. You know, they wouldn't have done that. You understand? And that hospital thing, I don't know how to take it with my life. It's in the whole night and the whole half day and the day or I'm saying, they're going to be sick there. Thank you.
Thanks very much, caller. We have just about a minute and a half to go. All right? Just about a minute and a half to go. So, what we will do is, let me see. I have a voice note there. Let me play that voice note.
Good evening, gentlemen. Mr. Pinal here. If a salary has been raised and signed, sealed, and started being delivered, and every protocol was followed and all of that in the public service, I don't think you could revoke that. To the best of my knowledge, that's going to be the salary, and everything is going to be staying that way. Thanks.
I believe so.
I believe so too, yeah.
I believe so. Thank you, TNT. Thank you so much. We
yes,
cannot take
we can't take no more calls, so we got to go.
All right.
We'll be We're going to be back here tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, Friday.
From 4 to 6.
From 4 to 6, we're going to be here with you guys. All right, and then you're going to have a safe weekend.
And of course, Saturday, All Rosita Center Excellence.
Center of Excellence is where the place is going to be. Heated on Saturday. All right? So, we'll see you guys tomorrow. God spare life, give us health and strength. And then we'll see you guys on Saturday as well. I know a lot of you is going to go out there on Saturday at the Center of Excellence. But there's meeting tonight as well. Huh?
Yes, there's a meeting tonight in Shogunas.
Right. So, guys, we out. Love and respect. We gone.
Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay. And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.